Super Rugby Power Rankings, folks, for round number 13. We only have 2 rounds to go before the playoffs are decided. So there's still a few teams who can kind of sneak into that top 2/3. You don't want to be in the bottom 4. We'll go through the Power Rankings, and you guys can let us know your thoughts on how things are looking as we get into the business stages. Moana Pasifika, sadly, man, it's another loss. It was always going to be tough against the Crusaders at home, 41-7. They go down dominated, didn't get much ball. Did manage one try to at least keep from getting a big old goose egg, but yeah, what can I say? None from 12. 2 rounds to go to get a win. Doesn't look real likely. Number 11 and down 1 spot, I got the Melbourne Rebels. That was kind of a, I don't want to say a must win, but it was a pretty important one. Like, them and the Highlanders are on, pretty similar records. The Highlanders are now 4-8. The Rebels are now 3-9. So they kind of went into that one with the same record, and the Highlanders just managed to beat them. So 18 penalties conceded didn't help the Rebels' cause. Discipline definitely an issue. The line-out had some issues. They were kind of unlucky to lose it at the death. But man, they lost it. So what can you say? That's a game they needed to win. There's been a few kind of head-to-head games with the teams in around about the same area as them, and the Rebels have just not won them. So yeah, 11th spot for them. The Drua, with their away run, have suffered another loss, this time at the hands of the Tars. They do have 2 home games to go against Moana Pasifika and the Reds. So based on how the Drua play at home, it wouldn't surprise me to see them go 2 from 2 in the final games. With their last 2 games against the Force and the Waratahs, you would like to see them get 1 win. That would have put them, I think, in the top 8. But right now they are sitting just outside it, and they are 10th on the power rankings. So yeah, lots of attack, man. They got some good attacking play, but a bit too much turnover ball. And then the Waratahs kind of out-flared them, which is not an easy thing to do with the Drua. But there you go, down a spot, 32-18 loses to the Waratahs, like I said. But 2 home games to go, so certainly not all she wrote for the Drua. And then the Highlanders. The Highlanders have finally got themselves a win, as I mentioned. It's only over the Rebels, so we wouldn't be getting too excited, and it was only a 3-point win with a last-minute winner from Gilbert. So, they made kind of hard work of it, the Highlanders. They're probably, I don't know, can they make the 8? They got a home game against the Reds and a away game against the Blues. If they can catch the Blues on an off day like Moana Pasifika almost did, they could potentially go 2 from 2. They'll back themselves at home against the Reds, but, I mean, either way, even if the Highlanders make the 8, can you see them going on and winning the Super Rugby? Probably not. Probably not. Speaking of the Reds, they are in 8th spot, following up that big, historic, first in a decade win over on New Zealand soil against an unbeaten Chiefs side. They get to go home in their final home game of the season against the Blues, and the Blues have been a wee bit out of sorts, so could they get the job done? No, they lost 45-26. They scored 4 tries? They still scored some tries, but they conceded 6. So lots of position and territory, but way too many missed tackles. That's a disappointing one for the Reds. Like I said, not a great way to follow up from their big win. So disappointing. Away to the Highlanders and away to the Drua. So they are going to do it tough. I mean, the Highlanders down in Dunedin are tougher than they are on the road for sure, and the Drua absolutely away in Fiji is going to be tough. So the Reds might be lucky, but they are in the playoffs at the moment. 7th spot is the Force. Goodness gracious me. Couple of wins. And over the Brumbies, albeit a Brumbies side which, rested a few of their big guns. But the Force, they sensed some weakness and they punished it. So 39-19 winners over the Brumbies. They came out of the blocks early, put the Brumbies well behind, dominated possession and territory, and managed to get it done. So well done to the Force. Big game away to the Rebels next. That's probably one the Force would, if they win that one, I think they might be all right. But they need to back up these kind of couple of home wins with an away win against the Rebels side who will also be looking at that game as an absolute must-winner. But, yeah, we'll see. Up 1 for the Force. Now, interestingly, the Hurricanes have come out in 6th. Hurricanes, I thought, that can't be right. No, the Hurricanes are one of the top teams. How have the power rankings spat the Hurricanes out as low as 6th? Well, I mean, they lost to the Chiefs in a wet game, struggled for possession territory, but you can't drop them to 6 just for losing to the Chiefs. Surely, Mark. Well, I guess it just comes down to their recent record. Lost to the Chiefs this week, beat a kind of lowly Moana Pasifika side at home last week, albeit by a massive scoreline, but still. That's their win. Then they've lost to the Drua before that. Admittedly, they beat the Brumbies the week before. But then before that, they lost to the Chiefs. So, of their recent record, 2 out of 5 just isn't that flash. Yeah. Would I back the Hurricanes to be higher than 6 going into the playoffs? Probably. But, yeah, just the recent run's been tough. What can I say? Waratahs, though, they've come out in 5th. Now, if I was backing a winner between the Tars and the Canes right now, I'd probably still go Canes. But the Waratahs, after starting the season pretty badly, are actually playing some bloody nice rugby. If you haven't seen even the highlights of the Waratahs game against the Drua, you should go watch it, man. Some of the offloads were just insane. Like Jorgensen finishes with 3 try assists, and they're all kind of miracle ball, like getting offloads and tackles. Like, yeah, there's some bloody... As I said, they kind of out-Fijian the Fijians again in their game against the Drua. It was thing of beauty stuff. I got them up 1 spot. They've won 5 of their last 6, so the Waratahs are coming right at the right time. The only game they've lost in those last 6 games against the Blues. So no kind of shaming at the Blues. One of the teams kind of towards the top end of the table. So, yeah, there you go. Waratahs up 1 spot, but still short of the top row. Top row's still got the Brumbies, who dropped 1 into 4th. People have been telling me I've been underrating the Brumbies all season. As I said, it's kind of hard to rate them when they didn't field their strongest team, but they certainly got beaten by a good Force side. They did pay the price, what can I say, for not sending all the big guns out there. But maybe that bit of rest and recuperation will pay dividends come the playoffs. We'll kind of have to wait and see. They are down 1. Now, they got the Blues up 2 spots, and I thought, that can't be right. The Blues have been not that flash. How can the Blues be 3rd? Well, they've won 5 of their last 6. Albeit one of those wins was an absolute scrape through against Moana Pasifika, but it's still a win. And they lost to the Crusaders. So, away. There's not too much shame in that. So, actually, maybe in my mind, the Blues aren't playing that well. But they won away against the Reds. Their back 3 of Zan Sullivan, Mark Talea, and AJ Lamb. Yeah, bloody guys had to close the curtain. Too much light coming through. But yeah, 45-26 in what was a potential banana skin game. Because, as I said, the Reds had got a good win over the Chiefs the week before. So, much needed performance for the Blues. I think their best game in a wee while. Maybe it's come at the right time. Crusaders, 2nd. There's not much between them and the Chiefs at the moment on the power rankings. Very, very little. You could alternate them. I know the Chiefs' record is 11-1. The Crusaders is 9-3. So if you're looking at the table, the Chiefs' record is kind of clearly better. But in the power rankings, it's virtually nothing between them because the Crusaders' recent record is just phenomenal. They're on a good run. I know they lost both their games to the Chiefs, but still, man, they just scored a steady stream of tries against Moana Pasifika. Never really looked in any danger. There wasn't much riding on that match, was there? You would just kind of hope that none of the Crusaders guys got injured going into the playoffs, basically. So, yeah, they did a job, 41-7. The Chiefs still retain top spot with that win over the Canes. In the wet, it was not the easiest game to watch at times, but I mean, it was a proper arm wrestle just because the weather wasn't conducive to kind of as, flashy rugby as we might like to see. But if you're a purist, you'd love that kind of game. I mean, forwards like Tokiaho and Vai getting the tries for the Chiefs. Too good in the end. So, yeah, same spot for them. 23-12 winners. But, yeah, there you go, folks. Hurricanes, maybe slightly underrated, but as I said, their recent form is just not that flash. The Blues, maybe a touch overrated, but as I said, the The results have largely been there, but personally as a Blues fan, I'm still not convinced that they would be the third best team in the comp, but that's how they've been spat out. Waratahs are on a good run. Brumbies pay the price for resting their top guns. But yeah, still 2 rounds to go, folks. You guys let us know your thoughts. Who do you reckon is going to kind of sneak into the 8th? The 8th, do you reckon the Drua Highlanders can make a wee push? Do you think the Reds can hold on? They've got 2 away games. You guys let us know your thoughts, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.